Welcome, friends. This is Under the Arch Sports. I'm Eric,
And I'm David.
and today we're going to preview the 2021 Mizzou football season. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and find us on Facebook and Instagram. So David, Mizzou is entering the second year of the Eli Drinkwitz era, and there's a lot of enthusiasm, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Drinkwitz continues to pull in recruits, even with this upcoming recruiting class for the 2022 year. And he's just building more and more momentum as the season is progressing. The summer season, I mean.
Yeah, now looking into the season, I mean, there's, as we said, a ton of reasons to be enthusiastic. Connor Bazelak showed all the promise in the world as a freshman. Lots of receivers coming back like Kiki Chisholm. The transfers, Mookie Cooper, freshman Dominic Lovett, and a whole new defense. That said, there are questions. You know, you're losing Nick Bolton, you're losing Larry Roundtree. What is, for you, the single biggest key to Mizzou having a successful 2021 season?
Well, you kind of mentioned it right there, right at the end, with losing Nick Bolton and Ware. Yes, we have Blaze Aldridge coming in, but he's not going to be Nick Bolton. He's a good linebacker, but I'm interested to see what kind of role he plays in the defense as he takes over back there. My main focus is the defense, specifically the secondary, with Steve Wilkes taking over as defensive coordinator. I'm interested to see how this new system is implemented and how our corners and safeties play, because I know last year it was just all out man.
Yeah.
Like no help, no nothing, all out man. It's either cover or get burned. And he's more of a zone guy from the NFL, and he's going to try probably implement the zone into the defense. So it's going to be really interesting to see what our secondary looks like as the year progresses, especially if we can get some pressure on the QB with our D line.
Yeah, you said Wilkes was interviewed over the summer, and I think he was trying not to be rude towards Ryan Walters, former D coordinator, but he's like, well, yeah, of course they didn't have any interceptions last year. They're playing man, so their head was turned facing their man. They didn't have their eyes looking at the quarterback, so of course they didn't have any turnovers. So, to your point, the defense may be in a position to have more interceptions, cause more turnovers just because of the scheme.
Yeah, and it's always been a pet peeve of mine that our corners never turn their head, even if they were in a position to pick the ball. So I'm kind of excited that might actually change there. We'll see.
Yeah, I think we're both in agreement that even mixing it up and playing zone just for the sake of the offense not knowing exactly what type of defense they're going against is going to be a good thing.
Now, on the other hand,
as for me, I think the biggest key is going to be the running game for the offense. You're losing Larry Roundtree, and that is a true traditional running back workhorse. Every game it seemed like the announcer was talking about how Larry Roundtree seems to get stronger as the game goes on. That was kind of the mantra for the announcers, and it was true. He'd have plenty of games, 20 to 30 carries. And how do you replace that? I asked that rhetorically because Tyler Beatty, as awesome as he is on swing routes and being a pass catching running back, I don't know how I feel about Tyler Beatty trying to run between the tackles 15, 20 times a game. And I know he's going to have help. He's not going to be carrying the ball as much as Roundtree, but still, that kind of worries me. Tying into it, how the offensive line does, I have reason. I think they'll be a little bit better, but I think to be really good, they got to be a lot better. We'll see.
Well, in the running game might open up a little bit depending on how well our receivers are this year, because we do have a couple of guys who can take the top off the field, which we didn't have last year. So who knows what kind of impact that might make too with Connor Bazelak.
True. Now let's get into prediction time. So, David, season opener, September 4th, at Faurot Field, 3 p.m., Central Michigan. What you got?
I have that as a win, and I think it's going to be a little closer than people realize because Central Michigan's not a bad team, and they're probably going to win the MAC, I believe it is. They're in.
Yeah, the MAC. Yeah.
Yeah. So
former Florida coach Jim McElwain is their coach, and yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be one where they are annoyingly close going into the fourth quarter, and Mizzou will end up winning by like 14 or something like that.
Yeah, I was going to say a 2-touchdown win is what I expect. Plus, we're breaking in that new defense, so it's going to be interesting to see because there's going to be some mistakes as they're learning it.
Exactly. Now, September 11th, first conference game at Kentucky. That is a 6:30 p.m. kickoff in Lexington. What do you say?
I don't know what it is about this game, but every year it seems to decide what position we're in the East.
Yeah.
I honestly think this is going to be a win for us. I know Kentucky has a new quarterback and a new offensive coordinator. I think just like our defensive side of the ball, I think they're going to be trying to figure out a new way to play. I know they have a really good offensive line, so stopping the run will be key, but I really do think Mizzou will pull ahead and win this one.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting because that's going to be the first real game for Kentucky at home. Night game, and fans are back, so that's going to be a tough environment. Kentucky has a Penn State transfer as their quarterback. They just named him the starter, and Joey Gatewood, who played a little bit against Mizzou last year, he has entered the portal. As for this game, if it were played in the second half of the season, I'd pick Mizzou all day, but I think adjusting to life without Bolton, life without Roundtree, having this kind of game this quick, I think it's going to cost Mizzou. I think Kentucky gets the win. Close game, though. Now, week after, nice bounce back, SEMO. Any thoughts beyond it's SEMO?
No.
Yeah. If it's not a massacre, stay healthy. If it's not a massacre, that's the only way you learn anything about the team.
We'll get to see how Brady Cook has developed.
After that, another big road game. Going to Chestnut Hill, Boston College. Actually getting a couple of votes in the AP poll. I said all along when I was looking over the schedule that I thought Mizzou would win one of the Kentucky and Boston College games. I got them losing Kentucky. Got to stay consistent. They're going to win. That's going to be a hard game, but they'll win.
Yeah, and I actually have them losing at Boston College. I don't have a real valid reason to why. Like you were saying, both the Kentucky and Boston College games are kind of coin flips, in my opinion. I think they're going to be a little tougher than Kentucky. They're a more seasoned team, which is why I'm predicting this one as a loss for us. And I think it's going to be maybe a 3 or 4 point game.
Well, after that, Tennessee. The Vols come to Columbia. Mizzou's going to have revenge on the mind after last year's debacle down in Knoxville. Tennessee is a mess. Yeah, Mizzou's going to have to face Josh Heupel's warp speed offense. But the thing about Josh Heupel's offense, as we all can remember watching Mizzou games, is as fast as they go, that means sometimes it takes about 30 seconds and the offense is off the field and punting.
Yeah, if Mizzou can control the ball in that game, I think they'll pretty much run over Tennessee. That's my prediction. I
didn't actually say it outright, but I got Mizzou winning.
Yeah, I do as well in that one. Moving on, October 9th, another home game against North Texas. Can't say I know a whole lot about North Texas, but I do predict Mizzou will win this game. I know at one point this summer we were looking at their athletic director, which I also find kind of interesting, but I don't know. I think Mizzou will pull this one off too.
Yeah, I can tell you they're called the Mean Green. I can tell you they should not beat Missouri. I don't think they will beat Missouri. Next.
Texas.
Next game is Texas A&M. Massive game. And if the season goes well, if Mizzou has only one loss or even none, if they were to get Kentucky and Boston College games, you're talking about a Missouri team that is 4, 5, 6, could be 5-1, maybe 6-0, with A&M coming to town. A&M, they're top 10 in both preseason polls. That could be a huge game. That said,
it could be a possible game day game.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Everything goes the right way. There's outside shot at that, I'd say. Mizzou's improving as a program. I think this is a game where if it were year 3 of the Drinkwitz era, I think they'd be right there. I think they're a year away from being ready for this game. I think A&M is going to win by about 10 to 15 points. Mizzou will hang, but just will kind of fade in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I know Mizzou has a track record of beating Texas A&M for no other reason that they just do. I don't get it, but they've been it's been a constant throughout the years since we've been playing them. I believe Jimbo Fisher has more talent right now, and as you said, give it another year or two, and I think it could be a real battle. I just don't think Mizzou will be able to hang with them. I have that as a loss as well.
Yeah. Next, after that, Mizzou has a bye week, and then they come back on October 30th, and they have a trip to Nashville to play Vanderbilt under new regime there after firing Derek Mason. To me, the question is not does Mizzou win the game. The question is, does Mizzou have more fans in the stadium than Vanderbilt? Mizzou by almost whatever score Drink once.
Now, I have this as a win too, but I still have nightmares of that last Barry Odom game down there. So I hope we crush them. Just my personal opinion. Just throwing that out there. I have that as a win. I have that one as a win as well. Not to mention it's Halloween weekend. So for fans traveling down there, it's going to be a fun time in Nashville.
You're going, aren't you?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Look for David out there, everybody. Yeah. Following week, playing Georgia in Athens. That's no, it's not happening. It's gonna be ugly.
I don't know if it's gonna be ugly. I think we'll compete. I think we're just gonna not be able to keep up as the game goes on.
Yeah, for me, it's the fact that our offensive and defensive lines are getting there. There's young talent, but they're not ready. Georgia's the one team where line play is going to be just devastating, in my opinion. But after that, Mizzou will have a home game against South Carolina. They won by 7 in the other Columbia last year. I think they win by about 15, maybe even 20 points this year.
I'm not going to say that much, but I do think it's going to be a win, especially because it's a home game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. Not much analysis. Just I think that's going to be a win.
And following week, Senior Day, November 20th, Florida heads up to Columbia. And just because Florida has that reputation for never ever playing in bad weather or cold weather or anywhere where it's even possible, I hope that game is like 41 degrees and windy and misting and drizzling and just an awful, awful day to be outside. Because you get a team full of players in Florida, they're going to want no part of that. And as stupid as it sounds, that could be a real factor. I think this is going to be one where Mizzou, I think they're going to lose a heartbreaker. I think they're going to be right there, but come up just short.
I tend to agree that we're going to lose this game. I think it's going to be a battle, and I'm right there with you. I was going to say I want to see snow, but that might actually excite Florida. So let's get that. I think back, was it 5 or 10 years when we played Kansas State? It was like 40.
Oh, that was 2006.
Yeah,
that was my freshman year of college.
That frigid rain is the one that just makes you miserable to be out there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hope for something
Kansas
like that.
State game, most miserable game. Possible exception, 2009 Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah. Moving on. season finale, day after Thanksgiving, the Friday game on CBS at Arkansas in the Barry Odom Bowl, aka the Battle Line rivalry. This is going to be another absolute war, I think. I don't think it's going to take 50 to win like it did last year, but this could be one where so much energy spent trying to hang with Florida, because I think it's going to be a battle there. I think they might run out of gas. I think this is going to be close, but Arkansas, in the rare occurrence, is going to beat Missouri because, well, Arkansas has to win every now and again. Law of averages, right?
I think this is going to be a win for Mizzou. Again, I agree with you. It's going to be a battle, but I know Drinkwitz will probably keep an eye on it because he's from Arkansas, so he knows the importance of this game. Plus, don't forget, we go against them when recruiting a lot of players, especially in the southern side of our state. So I think he knows specifically the importance of winning this game, and I think he's going to do whatever it takes to get the team ready and have another winner out there. So as you said, especially the last 4 or 5 years, this game has been a battle either way. So I think Mizzou is going to come out ahead. I have them going 8-4 for the season, and I think that puts you at what, 7-5?
7-5, which, honestly, both of our predictions would put Mizzou at somewhere like, maybe the Music City Bowl again, Gator Bowl. I think you're looking at something better than like the Belk Bowl or even the Independence Bowl. I don't think you have to worry about anything like that.
Anyway, that's all we have for Under the Arch Sports today. Thank you for watching.
See you guys next time.